Hey, my friends, it's Big Stu here. It's been a few weeks, and we've been through a lot lately. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But first, when I say welcome, this is the shirt from our last video 2 weeks ago. It was the DC Collector Legion of Collectors, and this was from DC's Most Wanted, and it's all villains on the shirt: Luthor, Joker, Iceman, Ares, so forth on the shirt. Anyways, it's not a bad shirt. It'd be nice for October Halloween, kind of Halloween colors. And it feels a lot better. I wasn't that excited about it originally just because it wasn't a pop style shirt. And I'm not going to go into that tie right now. But, anyways, so that's the shirt. So, I wanted to. Today we have the Star Wars. Just came in today. I was planning on doing another video, but this just came in probably an hour ago. And so I really wanted to open this up. So we're going to do this video first, and then we'll do another video, and I might have a bonus this weekend to make up for last week. I'm not sure yet. And I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit, and I apologize for that. I feel like my head's not there. Anyways, this is the Star Wars Jedi theme. It was Jedi. And I do know that they did talk about there being a Ben Kenobi pop in here. They did share that with everybody. Supposedly there are supposed to be 2 pops in this box. It's not a very big box compared to some of the others. But they do that. They'll go a couple months with a small box, then you'll get a big one. And so anyways, well, before that, where I've been for 2 weeks, I live in Orlando, Florida. Those you know, I have a lot of local friends who watch, but I do have some who live outside of the state and a few outside the country. We had Hurricane Irma, and I was without power. We didn't have any damage at all as far as um, structure-wise, house, our vehicles were fine. We had a bunch of branches. We had a bunch of just leaves and junk and things. We have 2 big trees, one in the backyard, one in the front yard. But we got a lot of junk from other people's stuff. And we ended up going out. The hurricane hit on Sunday for us. We lost power Sunday evening around 10, I think. And we had power out until that following Thursday. So we went quite a few days without power. I had some friends who went till the following Monday without power. So they went 8 days without power. So we went, hit us Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We had it back. So we were out with like 5 days. And that was just a killer, just the heat at night and so forth. And so, but there's a lot of people had a lot worse. And thankful to God that it was not, worse for us. And everything. My hearts and prayers go out to those out there who still are dealing with the cleanup and the mess. Just yesterday, they came by and cleaned up all of our debris that was in front of our house that we dragged to the road. FEMA came by. I was very grateful for that. Big, huge truck and a big guy driver would park in between like 4 houses across the street. He would park right in the middle of the street where he can reach 4 houses, and he had this big like lift that would come out, claw, and would reach around and reach all 4 houses. It was really cool. They didn't go up the street again. It was a big, huge truck for all the debris and stuff. The day after the hurricane, we went out Monday and Tuesday, and we cleaned up our yard, raked our yard. Of course, it was still Monday. It was still really breezy, really nice and cool still because the storm had just ended. And so it was a little windy, but it was nice. But we knew it would be best to get out there and clean that up because we had the coolness, at least of the wind, and which we were correct because Tuesday it was just hot. It had sucked out all the wind with it. The storm did, and so when I worked Tuesday afternoon, it was much hotter. But we ended up bagging 35 big, huge garbage outdoor bags, the big, thick, black garbage bags. And we ended up bagging 35 of those just from debris. Tuesday, I mowed my yard to kind of pick up the smaller sticks and leaves and mulched it. And so I think I put about another 4 bags on Tuesday. So we did about 31 bags of just debris and everything. Then when I mowed the yard on Tuesday, I had about 4 more bags added. It was just huge. We had I guess we had about 4 huge big branches that took like 2 of us to carry. Big, old, huge branches. And another exciting thing, about it was, and sad, was I found 4 baby squirrels. They were the very next day while we were out there cleaning up. They did not have their eyes open. They still had their eyes closed, and they were spread out. One I found on our driveway between the cars, and that one was dead. I found one on the sidewalk in some debris, and that one was alive. And I found the third one in our gutter at the end of our driveway in some muddy water halfway. His body was in the water, but not the head, and it was resting on a little limb branch. And that one was alive. So I found 2 out of the 3 alive. I took them in. I put them in a little shoebox. I put paper towels down underneath them, and then I put Kleenexes around them. I cleaned them off first, washed them off, and that brought them back to life pretty much. Started whining a little bit, then I got them dried off, and didn't wrap them up in towels or anything because I looked up. They told you if you wrapped them up in towels, then they can break their little legs, and sometimes their little claws, fingers will get caught in the stitching of the towel, a little fabric, and they get tangled up, and they can actually break their little, I guess, your little toes and their claws. It's very painful for them. So they said put them on. The best thing they say to put them on is a diaper, but I didn't have a diaper, obviously. Don't have a baby in my house, and so but I used a paper towel. And anyways, and then I went out that night to try to find some Pedialyte or something that they said you could give them to help them so they wouldn't dehydrate. But nobody was open, of course, the day after the storm that evening. And I got to drive around town a little bit, went around about 5 miles around both ends, several stores, big stores around, but they were all closed. So I looked up and found out that you can give them a little bit of sugar water. And it's just a temporary thing to last a day or two just for dehydration. And the best thing to give them, never, never give them cow's milk. Because you give them your own milk, that can make them sick and poison them and kill them. So if you have to give them milk, they tell you that from the pet food you can get them puppy's milk, which you could give them that way. And then there's more specific foods you can give them. But anyway, so nobody would take them. I put them back outside. Some squirrels came out later on that evening a little bit when things had settled down. And so I laid them down underneath the tree, and I sprinkled some food out around them, hoping to attract some squirrels to come down. Well, it attracted squirrels, but no one seemed interested in them. They came and sniffed them and just kind of continued eating selfishly and then left. So I brought them in the house that night, took care of them, kept them warm, and then I gave them sugar water. They don't really suck. You just dab it on their feet, then their tongues would lick it. But they were like so cute. Both of them could fit in one hand together, and they would curl up and stay warm with each other. And then the next morning, of course, we had our windows open because we had no air. And so the next morning, I heard a squirrel just chirping up a storm. I mean, just squawking and squealing. And I thought, well, maybe this is the mom possibly looking for the babies. I don't know where she was the day before. So anyways, so I took them back out there. I put some more food down a little bit, put them out there. This time I just kind of took the lid of a shoebox, so it was very thin, and so they could be seen easily, and laid them actually I exposed them a little bit. I just laid them on top of a paper towel. Didn't really cover them up. I was hoping they'd whine a little bit and they would be heard. And it took about an hour and a half. I had 2 squirrels come down and just stare at them, chirp a little bit, just kept staring, acting all fidgety. After a while, one of them came, took it. The mom took one, grabbed it up, and it curled up under her chin like, and she ran up to the nest and took the other one too. So I was very, very happy. And it's been, about a week now, and as far as I know, they're fine, because if they would have died, they'd pushed them out of the nest and would have seen them drop on the ground. So those babies, are doing fine. So I was very grateful with that. And I saw a huge, right above, near my driveway and the sidewalk, there's a huge nest up there, and that must have been where they originally fell, because that's where the mom took them back to that nest. So I was very grateful for that. Otherwise, I would have had to take them to a vet or somebody just to kind of keep them and turn them over to them and see if they would take care of them, because I just don't know how to take care of squirrels. I love squirrels. We feed squirrels. I know many people think they're a rat and they hate them, but I enjoy watching squirrels. They're obnoxious, but I do enjoy watching them. And most of all, my cat Bob, he loves watching squirrels too, and everything. He starts chattering his teeth and just gets into it in a big way. So I'm sure he was hoping I would raise his 2 little baby squirrels so he'd have something to play with. But anyways, so that was our hurricane adventure. And we pretty much have gotten everything out. Earlier this morning, I was putting things back in the yard and things that we've taken down from the yard, and just putting things back. So, so it seems, some areas you drive around, it looks like there never was a storm here. Some other areas you can still tell, and people are still dealing with the cleanup. But thank to God, we survived. So let's get to this. So we're gonna open this up, and brought my Rocket Raccoon cup now instead of my Joker cup for my knife. So we'll see what we got here. Now, I hope they didn't change this up, and I hope they don't plan on changing up all the Funko boxes, because the last DC box, which was the last video, they changed it up. Instead of getting the patch, or instead of the pin, we got stickers. And I already commented about that. So I hope they're not planning on changing up all of these. I would like to see them still have pins and patches in all their boxes, and then add stickers or something, or change out the shirt to a hat or to a scarf or something like that, or even a light hoodie or something. But anyway, so we'll see. Okay, we do have patch and we do have pin, so this has not changed for the traditional. So, okay, pin. I don't know who. I've seen this character. I don't know all the Star Wars characters. I'm pretty much more, I enjoy watching them. And I can't even read this character's name. It might be another language. Alien language. But I'll show it to you here. You can see. But it's a recognizable character. I remember that from the movies and all. But pretty cool. Put it back in. Okay. And then the patch is, okay, so it says Jedi Knights, and I'm assuming that is Obi Kenobi from Star Wars New Hope. No, I take that back. That is, I bet you that's Luke Skywalker. That's old Luke Skywalker from the new movies, not Ben Kenobi. I take that back. So Luke Skywalker from the new movies, so that's covering Star Wars from the new movie. Okay. Inside, I can see a black t-shirt of some sort. Okay. Let's look at the t-shirt in a moment. And let's see what we got. Okay. Got 3 items in here, or besides the t-shirt. So we got 4 items with the t-shirt. Okay, we knew about this. This is Ben Kenobi. Looks like that. So we got young Ben Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I don't know if they've made an Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm not sure. I don't collect all the Star Wars Pops, just Star Wars Rebels. And so on the back it shows that you have General Grievous and Qui-Gon Jinn. Hopefully I'm saying that right. With General Grievous. General Grievous would be cool. But anyways, so maybe they're exclusive, or maybe you'll get these in another set down the road and everything, those other 2. Okay, I'll move this over. Then we got Ayla Secura. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right, but she's a cool Jedi. I remember her too. So that's her. Kind of hard to see, a lot of reflections. And well, she's on the back of this box. There'll be one. General Grievous. So maybe we'll get General Grievous later on, maybe if they do Bad Guys or something, or he's just coming out in another set. I don't know. Now, she's pretty cool. Interesting character. Okay. Now we got a Yoda stuffed Mopey, maybe these are, or it's just called a plush. We've gotten like a Deadpool and a couple things before. So this is just a Yoda. I'm not a big fan of this, to be honest. Let me move this out of the way. And I'm not a huge Yoda fan per se, but he just looks different. Doesn't quite look like what you're used to of Yoda. And, you know, to me, he has like a little hoodie in the back. I don't know. He just doesn't look like Yoda to me for some reason. If I saw him laying there, I wouldn't think he was necessarily Yoda. I don't know. He just looks different. So, I don't know. Maybe you think he looks like Yoda to you? He looks like a little troll guy that could have been from Lord of the Rings or some other fantasy thing than a regular Yoda. I mean, I guess he's kind of cute. And maybe he's supposed to be younger Yoda before he's old and lost all of his hair. So maybe this is Jedi Yoda. And this is like old Yoda when Luke found him. Okay, but he does sit there by himself. Okay, let's see, move him over and let's check out the shirt more. We have more room. Okay, looks like it's all black. Feels soft. Okay, it's not a pop shirt. Okay, so we have a Luke Skywalker. I guess the #1 Jedi, the main Jedi, young Luke Skywalker. I'll bring it up. And it's okay. I mean, kind of cool. This lightsaber glows and the colors are kind of cool with it. You can't really see it, but it's really kind of a turquoise bluish glow. I'll get a little closer, maybe kind of see that how it reflects on him. But it's a solid black shirt. So when I make my next video, I'll wear it. So we got our standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, which I can't complain, including the patch. I'm not thrilled about the t-shirt. The patch and the pin, I like the pin better than the patch. The pops are okay. I don't really collect the Star Wars pops that much. I might trade them. I'm not sure yet. T-shirt's okay. I'm really not thrilled about this box. And normally I'd give these boxes a pretty good high. I don't know. I'll probably give this an 8 just because it's not horrible stuff at all by any means. A Star Wars fan probably would love to have a Luke Skywalker shirt. Some of my favorite characters of Star Wars are not the Jedi. I mean, I like Han Solo, I like Chewbacca. They're not Jedi. You know, I like the droids sometimes, some of the droids, and the creatures. So really, as far as the Jedis go, there's not really. I do like young Ben Kenobi. I probably liked him a lot, as far as in the movies, and but when I think about it, really, I'm not a big fan of the Jedi. Really, I do enjoy the Star Wars Rebels and that series, and Kanan and so forth. Uh, but anyways, so I can't complain. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think the Yoda looks kind of weird, and it'd been cool to have gotten like a jumping Yoda pop or something, or had, you know, maybe, I don't know, a bunch of Jedis or something, you know, or even Luke, and then he had, you know, the other Jedis in blue behind him, Ben Kenobi, Yoda, or something, as their spirits behind him would have been kind of cool. And the force is with you or something like that. Been a cool tagline, and that they're all backing him up or something. But anyways, so I'll just give it an 8. Have not much to complain about it. I just felt like it's kind of generic and all. So anyways, uh the next video that we're going to do is going to be my sent order Luke crate, and it's going to be he already opened it up and he already transformed the box. So we'll have that transformed, and then you just put the stuff in it. I don't know what's in it. So that'll be our next video. And I also ordered 2 items from the Loot Vault, and I will show those to you and talk to you about those. And then after that, I skipped Geek Fuel, but my son ordered Geek Fuel, and we'll be doing a video on Geek Fuel after that. So anyways, I'll catch you later. I'll let you check out some things in the background if you want for a few seconds before I turn off the video. Haven't really done much. Oh, I am in the middle of working on this. It's not all done, but this is Batman, and I'll show you what it is. It's from the movie, and it's I think it's the Skifter, if not mistaken, but it's this. So that's what I'm in the middle of building. I have this side to do. I've got most of this side done. So, but anyways, so it's pretty cool. And that's what I'm in the middle of actually building. So I have it laid over here for now. And then I had just finished, I can show you real quick. I just finished and I have it over here. So I'm going to go off camera for a moment to get it. And this is the, I'll show this to you. This is the Justice League new movie. And they're battling down in the tunnels. And this is what that looks. It's a very interesting build. Very interesting. I'll give you a side look. I have a bad guy on it. I have Flash battling. And Batman's kind of there in the middle. But it really is kind of odd. And let me get the Star Wars box. And you can kind of see it laid on here. And, but it's interesting. It rolls, and you could kind of twist it and stand it up a little bit. Doesn't really turn into a complete straight-on, like, standing up robot and all. But it is pretty cool. I guess it's in the movie where Batman's shooting. He jumps into this thing, and he says, now it's my turn in the trailer. And all. So, but anyways, and I did pick up a few more. I did pick up a couple more pops from the store, and I will show that to you on when I do my loot crate and the loot vault video. I'll show you a couple of those too. So anyways, let me let you go. It's been 22 minutes now. Thanks for hanging out with me, hanging out with Big Stu, Mystery Boxes, and I'll catch you later, my friends. Bye.